Hello students, welcome to Wednesday, August 25th. Mr. Pear here with your rundown of what we're doing today in class because you will not be here to enjoy it with us today. So here's what you're going to have to do. First off, make sure you answer the Wednesday bell ringer. You'll find that in the weekly bell ringers folder in this week's section. Secondly, make sure that if you did not turn in the stations activity from yesterday, that you turn that in. If you were absent yesterday, I already sent you an email explaining how to do yesterday's assignment there, so make sure you check all that stuff out. Today we're gonna be looking at some graphing stuff, and then you have a little graphing assignment that goes along with it. First off, where you'll find our notes for today, I'll kind of walk you through all these things for us. I'm just going to bring up, there's a graph there. I'm just going to bring up Schoology real quick. Boom, boom. Boom. Here's Schoology. Go in there. Where you'll find your notes is in the science skills. You can go to today's folder. It's all in there. You'll need the science skills slides is probably what you'll want to go with. To open that up, that's our PowerPoint. You might have the skill page already. If not, skill page is right above that. You can go all the way down, and we're going to be looking at slide number 16 going on with it there. So we've got some graphs, introduce kind of our data table concept for it. What is a row? What is a column as far as the data table goes? Some of our things that looks like this. An example of that later on is like this. This is what a completed data table would look like. We then looked at a bunch of different types of graphs and when to use them. Line graphs, specifically when we make two measurements. A bar graph is when we do different categories. The pie graph is when we get percentages. The other thing we talked about is where we put our variables. For the x and the y axis, the x-axis is the one that goes down below, the one that goes left to right. Here's a picture of it right here. See, labeled time. It's the x-axis. It's the one that goes left to right. The y-axis is then the one that goes up and down. The way I like to remember that is y to the sky because it points up. So our variables are going to go on either the x or the y-axis when we go to make a graph. The x-axis is always going to be our independent variable, the one that you changed in the experiment. That one goes on the bottom. The y is always going to hold our dependent variable. That's the one that we're recording information off of typically for it. And you'll see that stays the same throughout the entire process. X-axis independent, x-axis independent, y-axis dependent, y-axis dependent. That doesn't change. The only thing that changes is when we don't have the x or y axis with a pie graph, that's when you just throw all of them into each individual pie slice there at that point. So take a look at an example. Here's a fish. It's our line graph of fish. So you got your dependent would be up and down here, their number of trout. Your x would be your independent, that would be the year, because you know you're always going to count each year. You don't know how many fish there's going to be. Some other important things about a graph that you make sure that you need in every single graph is that you need to label every single thing about it here. I'm going to turn my little laser, there we go. So see the y-axis here is labeled, it says number of trout. The x-axis is also labeled with the year, and then up here we even have a title. Those three things you will always need. If you're not going to be here tomorrow I'll have a video explaining how to create our graphs, and you'll see we need all those three parts to it. Here's an example of a bar graph. You got your categories down below here, but they're labeled. Everything has a label as far as what bar means what. Over here we have our label to what the numbers mean, and then we still have a title. Here we have a pie graph. In this one, each one has its the words, and then it has a percent that goes along with it. So even in there, they all still have the same things going on with it. And this is what we're going to use tomorrow. To kind of walk you through what we're going to do tomorrow with that part, another video. If you're going to be in class, we'll do it in class. for it. Let's take a look at your assignment then. Let's head back to Schoology, which I just need to exit full screen mode there. And then go down here to assignment graphing directions, or assignment graphing questions. That's what we want. We want to preview that one. Boom, boom. And this is similar to what we did on Monday. So start new attempt. Boom. It's going to have multiple choice questions for you to answer about the different things. So make sure that you answer them. Remember, at the end, it's going to tell you what you got right, what you got wrong. Utilize the slideshows, utilize your notes, everything for it there. If you have any questions, email me up. But otherwise, hope to see you very soon. I know some of you are coming back this week. That is great. I hope to see you within the next couple of days here. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, staying safe out there. Email if you got any questions, and I'll see you later. Bye.